32 yards away. 63.
Ray Rice.
Knows exactly where he needs to be. Falls to the end zone.
Oh, no.
15, 10, 5. Touchdown!
Awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Welcome over
Thank you.
to the coach's corner in the backyard. Nice sunny day. We won't have too many of those left in the year here. Sitting here with Huey's Hog owner, Mark Bellhumer, last year's champ, proud owner of the trophies, up for grabs in another week. And just going to talk some football and see what Mark's got planned this year. So first thing I want to talk to you about, Mark, congratulations for winning the 2015 season.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome job. And just the trend we've had in the last 2 years. Aaron won it the first year with Great Root Bears. He came in 5-7 the following year and finished 12th out of 12th in the league.
Wow.
And last year, the Virgin came in there, Tyler, Virgin of Fantasy Football.
Yep.
And he won that year with, not sure what his record was. He had a pretty good record though. Last year went 5-8, dropped to 9th.
Oh, I see the trend here. Yeah.
So
That won't happen to me.
no,
No. I'm going to make the playoffs for sure.
yeah, it's good. With the keeper, you got a good chance with just that one guy, Antonio Brown. With that in mind, for making a repeat, who do you think your greatest challenge will be this year for your title?
Oh, goodness. Probably you. You're the only guy who's made the playoffs all 3 years.
That's true.
And I know that you actively manage it, and I think that's one of the keys to fantasy football
Yeah.
is active management. You got to watch who's injured, who's not injured. You got to be quick on the waiver wire to pick up the available players, and you've always done a pretty good job of that. So
Yeah, I'm hoping this year to challenge, at least get in the money. I've been twice the bridesmaid at 4th and once at 3rd, so we'll see how it goes here. Last year, your draft was a classic. We'll call it that. We initially thought you drafted
Sorry about that, everyone.
eight RB running backs, but I went online and I have your draft from last year, and you drafted 7 running backs.
Seven running
backs. I think it auto-drafted you at the end. At the end of the season, you only had 5 players remaining from your drafted players, which is close to our league average. So just to let you reiterates the fact that draft night, as fun as it is, free agency pickups during the year are also critical to your draft.
Huge. I think it's the biggest part of it.
And we'll go over some classics here. Antonio Brown right off the bat came in number 1 wide receiver for the entire season in points for us.
Nice.
Got him at number 7 in your first round. And he's going to be your keeper this year.
I wasn't that drunk yet, I guess, in
No.
the first round.
Matt Forte picked him up at the 19th spot. He came in 10th in running backs. Not too bad. Some other good picks you had. Brady, number 2. He sat on your bench for a bit. Here's your stellar one. Devontae Freeman. You picked him up in the 10th round, and he turned out to be the number 1 running back in the league.
That was just lucky.
That was just...
Yeah, that was his breakout year.
Yeah.
Before that, he wasn't even on anyone's radar.
No.
Yeah, that was.
So that was a sweet pickup for you.
Yeah.
And not bad, actually. These are not really... That's coaches and stuff that you killed. There wasn't really too bad of... Kyle Davis or Niall Davis probably wasn't somebody you picked up. But at the end of the season, Jimmy Graham was a free agent. He didn't do much. Andre Johnson was a free agent.
My lineup changed quite a bit in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season too.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of my players had already made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So for example, I started Kirk Cousins my last 2 or 3 weeks because Tom Brady
was going to sit
or only play the first quarter or first 2 quarters of the game. So that's why I picked up Kirk Cousins and people like that for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, all of our teams, except for Green Machine. He dropped 2 guys, I think.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Week 14, 15, 16, my team was completely different than... Which
Let's
makes it
start.
hard because here you are, you're going into the playoffs and you have to now have new players to try and do it with.
Yeah, because I grabbed Philip Rivers off you because I lost Romo, which I really didn't want either. What else we got here? So waiver wire. Interesting. I was listening to talk radio with fantasy theme, and our way our draft waiver wire works is if you lose a game that week with the worst record, you get the first pick on the waiver wire.
So it's not based on the overall ranking, then. It's just
Based on your ranking, but it's one of the keys to their draft, their waiver wire thing was week 1.
Okay.
So 50% of the owners are 1-0 and 50% are 0-1. Doesn't mean you have a bad team. So say you had a really good draft, but you lost the first week head-to-head to a good guy. All of a sudden, for some reason, you're number 1 now in the waiver wire. So lots of injuries the first few weeks of the season. You can pick up some pretty good players ahead of everybody else, and your team might not be the weakest. One of their theories, and I went on ESPN today to see if we could do it, is you get, say, $100 in points for the season. And then the waiver wire now becomes a bid system. So you get up Monday morning or Tuesday morning.
I really want someone else spend all my $100
and your running back's dead, and there's a good guy on the waiver wire. Do you want to throw $50 or play money at it?
It's kind of like
that's
the
for the
challenge
season.
It's kind of like the food auction on Survivor.
Yeah. So it becomes a blind auction, so nobody else sees what you put in, and the guy with the highest bid gets the player and loses those points. That's a system that's available to us. I kind of mentioned here about using it next year for sure, but if we get a 90% turnout for the draft, maybe we can throw it by the owners there, because it's just a click of a button change. I think it's kind of a neater way of doing it than the worst to first kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. I missed a lot of, in the latter half of the season, when I was starting to do well, I was always at the very bottom of the waiver wire, and I very rarely got my picks.
And if your team's strong at the beginning of the year, you can save your points, and prior to playoffs, you could load up on somebody else.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that would work. I think that would work. We'll flyer it by our owners, and you'll see this after the draft, more than likely. So we'll have changed the rules or stuck with what we have and look at it for next year. But that was an interesting topic on the show. So what are your plans for leading up to draft this year? Has Cliff got you booked for the day? Is the limousine going to show up in front of the commissioner's house?
I thought about booking the limousine, but no, I'm going to pass. I do plan on going to the last straw, I think.
Okay.
This probably isn't going out before.
No.
Okay, so I was going to say, if anyone wants to join me.
Yeah, we can throw that out there. I know if you saw Blair's interview, he's just tequila was his thing for the draft this year. He goes, he doesn't even like it, but that seemed to be the way to go. And, here we go. This is my fun one with you. With Tom Brady out 4 games, Romo's possibly out for 6, and Bridgewater is out for the season, you must see RG3 star rising.
Absolutely.
Rumors out of Cleveland have that you're looking at him in the early rounds.
Very true.
Well, most owners would see him as a late second quarterback pickup. And with Cousins, has Cousins' star fallen in your view with RG3 in Cleveland?
No. I like them both now. I'm so loyal to the Redskins, so I will stick with Kirk Cousins, and he'll do great. I just think RG3 is such a dynamic quarterback. A lot of passing, a lot of running, a lot of rushing. Does it lead to more injuries? Absolutely. But it's just such a fun, exciting style of football to watch.
Well, as I wrote this out, I was thinking, okay, Huey's Hogs, Cousins, and RG3 will probably be the 2 quarterbacks on his draft thing. But how far he goes to... I remember the one year you panicked and pulled the trigger in the first round, and everybody's like, what?
Yes, I always pick in our league with it seems like we're more skewed towards points per reception and passing yards and TDs, more so than some of the leagues out there that are really focused on running backs. So I like to focus on wide receivers and QBs early.
Yes, we usually have a run of QBs early, and looking at the stats, it's not important to have to do that, but
no, because there's so many QBs out there.
Yeah, the point spread's not too bad.
Well,
but who knows? Injury.
We only have 12 teams. And there's 32 QBs to pick from. So
a whole bunch are sitting on the bench.
Yes.
Yeah, I got some good ideas for the QB picks this year too. I'm gonna look at we'll see. This will come out probably post-draft day. We'll see how we went with the draft and where I went with my quarterback thing too, because everyone panics when a Russian quarterback. I remember that one year was Peyton and Drew Brees went and Aaron Rodgers, and then everybody's like, I need a quarterback. And Natalie was even of Katie Assassin. She was even looking at keeping Cam Newton as their keeper.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's predicting a good year for him this year. So.
Yeah, he kind of. I don't know what's going to happen with Cam. He had such a great year.
Yeah.
And then when they lost the Super Bowl, he fell out of favor with a lot of people. His reaction.
He's crying and baby and sucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive player. Have you put any thought in yet? I know I haven't, but if
I've gone in and done my rankings.
Okay.
You can go in there and you can filter by the different positions, and I've done that, and I filtered because the auto rankings, I didn't like the way they had it set up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, based on the points, the way they were being awarded, I think I'm definitely gonna go with a linebacker.
Yeah, even skewing the points for the backfield, I still think that is
I think you got to go with a linebacker. You could. There's some people that might want to go with an end, but it's
gonna be tough.
I think the linebacker's gonna get most of the points.
Or just on tackles.
Tackles alone, exactly.
Because if you think of a wide receiver might get the odd tackle, but if the league leading interceptions last year was 6 or 7, that's 30 points.
Yeah, it's nothing
over a season.
Yeah,
it won't be a big point. Your kicker might outscore your defensive player, but it'll definitely outscore your coach.
Yeah.
So
I think it was a good change of getting rid of the coach.
Me too.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like anyone was having fun with it.
No, and it became a chess match. I think Natalie with the Katy Assassins came up with the plan first and started play, not play, grab the Monday night coach, and see if she needed to play for points or not, which was a great idea, but I think we all caught on her. 50% of the league caught on.
And then when the very final week when I was playing her in the playoffs, I was ahead of her in the waiver wire. I picked up both the coaches
for the Monday night game.
For the Monday night game, just to stop her from picking it up.
And if we go to the point system...
Sorry, Nat.
If you go to the point system for the waiver wire, and you only have 100 points throughout the year, and you've had to throw some points in due to injuries or whatever, the dumping in your kicker and your defense and everything will kind of slow down, because I think some of us had 50 or 60 waiver wire pickups and trades during the year, and at a point each, even that takes up a lot of garbage points. So
that's right.
It might slow it down. We'll see. We might even get a trade between a couple of owners. We've never seen that in the league yet. I've turned one down. It just came across.
I think I did a trade last year or the year before.
You?
Someone offered me Antonio Gates. It was for a different tight end. It was I chose a young up and comer, and I don't even remember who I chose. Probably because I was hammered.
Last year?
Was it last year? Is this last year's draft?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was last year I traded or the year before.
No, you took Jimmy Graham last year. You might have traded him because he had a.
Is there a later round? This is the actual draft, is it?
Yep.
Oh jeez, look at all the running backs.
7.
Porn and drafting do not mix.
You heard it here, folks. Well, Mark, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you. Cheers. Good luck in the season, and hopefully head to head for the end of the year.
That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Any given Sunday, right?
That's right.